we did not have much left. And there was a time, one particular month, where my bank balance was $90, I think, approximately. And that's all I had. Like, there was nothing else.
If I were to ask you three improbable facts about you, what could those three improbable facts will be?
Have you ever wondered what are Rajan Singh's views on IPS versus consulting, or what he would have done had he not been an IPS officer or had he not cracked MBA from Wharton? Then hi, welcome to my channel. I'm starting a new series called The Shatakshi Show, where I'm inviting leading entrepreneurs and professionals to talk about all things MBA, all things consulting, and all things career advancement, especially in your early years. So feel free to hit on the subscribe and the notification button so that you are notified whenever I'm bringing out new content, from either inviting other people or my own personal videos, so that you get to learn whenever we are sharing out content.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
If I were to ask you, what are certain low hanging fruits? If we were to have a discussion with UPSC and if we were to advise them, these are the three things that we can change in the process, what will be your 2 cents?
People today I see trying for 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. I do not think it's a great idea.
And I want to bring out an example of a dear friend. We were both working together in Groupon. Both his parents were civil servants. He took 2 attempts. In the second attempt, he couldn't clear it. He decided, chuck it, I'm going to do something of my own. He started his own venture. That venture recently raised $6 million as capital. So there is so many opportunities out there that one can do, if not civil services. And which brings me towards the last and the most interesting question that I can think of, Rajan. Have you heard about this concept called improbable facts?
Go ahead, say more. I may or may not know the same thing as the phrase may mean something else for me. So just can you illustrate the question a bit more?
Sure. So improbable facts basically means something which is completely unbelievable but is still true. So let me give you an example. When I asked someone an improbable fact in one of the interviews for GGI Fellowship, she said that she has read 19 books in the last 1 month.
Wow.
So not believable, but true. And of course, we ended up checking it as well. If I were to ask you three improbable facts about you, what could those three improbable facts will be?
I think I've led a very ordinary life, so I'm not sure if I have something. Let me try this. When I don't know if it's improbable or not, but when I went for my MBA, I had worked in government. My wife, of course, she also works. She's an IS officer, so we both had salaries, but that's all we had. And at that point, when we went, after having like given the money for the house rent in advance and flight tickets and all that, we did not have much left. And there was a time, one particular month, where my bank balance was $90, I think, approximately. And that's all I had. Like, there was nothing else.
Which year is this, if I may ask?
This was 2005.
Oh my.
So the next month, obviously, my study student loan would come next month. But that time, my cash flow was like, that's it. So I don't know if it's improbable or not, but that was, I'm guessing most of us who worked in government, that would be one of them. Second one, okay, this is truly embarrassing, but I'll share this. I'm very, very diffident. It's very hard for me to ask anything for anyone, anyone for anything, and especially when it comes to looking for a job, I find it extremely difficult to tell somebody, hey, I'm looking for this opportunity. Do you have something? I just can't say it. And when I was working with McKinsey, it was in the New York office. I wanted to move back to India, so looking for a job in India. Normally, it's not hard, but then this was 2008 when just economic crisis, Lehman Brothers had collapsed, everything was like down the tube. And I came to India, and somebody said, hey, don't worry, just come for this. I am organizing this event. He was the organizer. He said, just come here. All the like who is who of Bombay is going to be here. I'll introduce you. Just talk to them. And I stayed for that meeting, skipping my daughter's birthday. So I was, my family was in Trivandrum, and I stayed there. I made such a huge sacrifice for that. And I was there, and this guy would take and introduce me to all these guys, like CEOs and all big fund managers. And I could not say that I'm looking for a job. It just could not come out of my mouth. I would just say hello, hi, whatever, and left it at that. And after that, I was feeling so terrible about it. And that's a reality. The third improbable thing, other than McKinsey, BCG Bain, nobody interviewed me at, well, actually BCG Bain, McKinsey, Booz Allen Hamilton, and maybe like one more firm. Except for the top 4 or 5, everybody rejected, did not even shortlist me for the interview. So if I hadn't made it,
I can't believe that, but
seriously,
in itself, it is such a lucky position. I was actually interviewed by McKinsey and BCG only on my ISB campus. It's another thing, I applied for limited roles, but I can buy that because I was in a similar shoes when I was on ISB campus.
So I went with a very, very improbable background. So being a police officer, nobody understood in the US, at least, what it means. And everybody from Accenture to there were at least 7, 8 other firms, they all rejected. They didn't shortlist me. So these are a couple of facts.
Very interesting. I really can't still absorb the second one. I can't imagine that, given that you have had you have worn so many interesting paths. So, all right, Rajan, those were my questions. Thank you so much for taking them all sportingly well. Happy to hear any last comments or any last words that you may want for our audience.
Thank you. I must tell you, the questions are very interesting. Normally, you expect questions about how to get into what and how to get into this, but I love the variation. So thank you for the wonderful questions, and thanks for this opportunity.
Pleasure is all mine.
I hope you liked this video and got a chance to learn about all things MBA, all things consulting, and all things skill. And I've always maintained, if you need more help to get into management consulting, product management, and public policy, feel free to check out my education venture, globalgovernance-initiative.org. With that, if you like this video, feel free to click on the like button and share it with your friends so that they get to know about all the interesting content that I'm bringing out through the Shatakshi Show for all of you. Ciao, ciao.